You ever hear yourself say, "But he's trying," like it's a valid reason to stay? And maybe he is. He's trying, he's apologizing, he's sending good morning texts now. He even read half an article about attachment styles. But here's the question. Trying to do what? Trying to fix the damage? Trying to get you to stop crying? Trying to delay the breakup? Because trying only counts if it's consistent, not if it's a part-time performance that kicks in every time he senses you're slipping away. Real effort isn't about urgency, it's about consistency. And if he only puts in effort when the relationship's on fire, then he's not trying. He's just trying to stop you from leaving, not learning how to stay. Let's talk about the first time you almost left. You were fed up, done explaining, done repeating yourself, done wondering if you were asking for too much just because you wanted basic respect. And then suddenly, he showed up. He was attentive. He was kind. He finally listened. He even started doing the things you used to cry about. And for a second, it felt like everything could change. But then a week passed and maybe he was tired, or busy, or said something like,
"You don't give me enough credit for how far I've come."
As if 1 week of effort cancels out months of avoidance. And now you're here, back in the cycle, back in the trying phase, again. Because when effort is only triggered by the fear of loss, it's not love, it's self-preservation.
I cleaned the kitchen, I responded to your texts, and I didn't raise my voice all week.
Yeah, because I said I was done.
Right, and look how hard I'm trying.
This isn't effort, this is a reaction to almost being single.
Tomato, tomato.
When you stay because he's trying, ask yourself this. Is he trying, or are you just hoping? Because one is movement, the other is memory, and only one of them has a future. Let's be honest, we don't ask for perfection, we ask for effort, but not the kind that disappears as soon as you calm down. Not the "I'll change" speech followed by silence, not the 3-day honeymoon phase after every argument, not the flowers without the follow-through. Trying shouldn't feel like a performance you have to applaud. It should feel like partnership, because real effort, it's not loud, it's consistent. It shows up in the unsexy stuff, owning your patterns, regulating your emotions, learning how to not make every disagreement feel like war. And here's a hard question. If you removed the fear of losing you, would he still be putting in the same effort? Because real change doesn't require an audience. And if he only acts right when you're about to leave, he's not improving, he's stalling.
I've really been working hard on myself.
Okay, what's changed?
Well, I almost started therapy. I stopped yelling for like a week, and I didn't cheat on you this month.
Is this a list of accomplishments or a confession?
Yes.
So if you're gonna say, "But he's trying," make sure you can back up why. And it's not just about keeping me, it's about becoming better. Because trying isn't something you do when someone's walking away. It's something you keep doing when they decide to stay. Here's the trap. You don't stay because it's working. You stay because you want it to work. Because you've already invested so much time, so much hope, so much of yourself. And if you leave now, it feels like all of that meant nothing. So you wait. You give more chances. You make excuses. You say, "He's trying." Because saying that is easier than admitting this might be as good as it gets. And you can't stand the thought that you fell for potential again, that you saw glimpses of the person he could be, but had to live with the version he kept choosing to be. So you cling to the almost. The week he showed up, the night he really listened, the version of him that appears just long enough to make you stay. But here's the hard truth. You're not confused. You're just hoping he turns into the person you met during the apology phase.
I know it's been hard lately, but remember that 1 week in May when we barely fought?
You mean the week I didn't speak to you?
Exactly. 0 arguments.
Therapy, immediately. The emotional trap isn't about what's happening now. It's about what could happen. If he keeps trying, if he just gets it together, if you just hold on a little longer. But hope without progress is just delulu. And trying without change, that's just more time wasted. There's a difference between trying and showing up. Trying is, "I'll do better." Showing up is, "Here's how I already started." Trying is reactive. It kicks in after the damage is done. After the fight, after the tears, after the third time you said, "This isn't working." But showing up, that's what happens in the absence of conflict. That's the stuff you do on the regular, not just to earn forgiveness, but to build trust. It's unprompted accountability. It's remembering your words and following through. It's admitting when you're wrong before you're caught. It's being emotionally available without having to be begged for it. Because love isn't measured by intensity, it's measured by consistency. And a partner who only tries when they're afraid of losing you isn't showing up, they're managing a crisis. Why are you being so sweet all of a sudden?
Because last night you said you were done.
So this is fear?
This is prevention.
You bought me flowers and Venmo'd me $11.
That's what healing looks like.
Okay. So next time you hear yourself say, "But he's trying," ask this instead. Is he growing, or is he just afraid of what happens if he doesn't? Because real effort doesn't wait to be threatened. It shows up over and over, even when no one's watching. You're not asking for too much. You're asking for what should have been there from the start. And I know it's tempting to stay just because he's trying, but the version of him you're hoping for, the one who's consistent, grounded, emotionally safe, that version shouldn't need your pain to exist. Because trying is easy. Trying is temporary. Trying gets loud when he thinks he's about to lose you. But showing up, that's quiet. That's steady. That's love you don't have to beg for. So if you're holding on to him because he's trying, ask yourself, are you growing together? Or are you just giving him more time to stay the same? They say, but he's trying. And maybe he is, trying to avoid conflict, trying to reset the vibe, trying to make just enough progress to keep you there. But trying isn't love. Trying isn't the same as showing up. And trying without real change isn't growth. It's delay. So no, you're not giving up. You're just ungrading effort on a curve. Because he might be trying, but you've been carrying this thing. And actually, you're tired. Or maybe he really is trying to get you to click out of this video before you subscribe. But we both know how you're feeling by the end of this. So go ahead, hit the button, not for me, for the version of you who's done mistaking crumbs for consistency. Subscriptions are my love language. I'll see you in the next one.